navigating identity and self-discovery for adolescents today is so different than what we experienced when we were growing up. It changes with every generation. And, in education, there's so many different types of education. And I'm out of the norm a little bit here because I'm a drug preventionist. So I teach today's drug prevention. I create solutions for broader changes through ARMOUR, through science, technology, and innovation. But I started this in 2018. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information about myself. In 2018, I had a 32-year-old daughter, one of 4, ill one night and out of her regular medication. And someone that loves her gives her this half of pill. Gives her a pill, she takes half. It looks like her regular medication, and it kills her instantly. As an educated woman and a parent of 4 children, everything that I knew about teaching my kids about prevention and self-awareness and how to watch out for themselves really flew out the window. My daughter died from fentanyl poisoning. I didn't know what fentanyl was. I didn't know there was a medical grade of fentanyl. I didn't know there was illicit fentanyl. I'd never heard of it. So at that point, I had to begin to educate myself. The only problem is it was too late for me, right, with my daughter. So what I do now, through Facing Fentanyl, we're the home of the National Fentanyl Prevention and Awareness Day. We educate students across the United States, but not only youth. We go to workplaces, we work with federal agencies, and I teach law enforcement. You would think law enforcement has all of these pieces, right? But they don't. You're correct, sir. And then we bridge those gaps, right, in communities. But speaking to teachers, speaking to educators that work with our youth every day, you're you're everything to us. And so what we've begun to learn are the obstacles, really, that you face every day. And now you have to teach this. And so I'm here today to thank you and let you know that we see your importance for the work that you do every day and how valuable you are to youth.
In our building, our ACE scores are through the roof. So our trauma scores are beyond even anything. And just for an example, we had a child who was sex trafficked for 8 months, then recovered. They'd been hooked on meth by her abusers to keep her there. And her family thought it was a good idea to have her put back in school 2 months later from recovery. We have several students who are rough camping at a lake in a tent because they don't have anything or anyone. I'm in charge of the food bank in our building because our hunger is through the roof. There is maybe 10% of students have parental support. We have probably, what would you say our homeless population is, including our instability? Probably 40 to 50% of our students are considered homeless. We have a 40 to 50% IEP 504 caseload sped rate. So when you're talking about challenges in a classroom, when you're talking about, we had a couple years ago, we had acid, LSD, and meth going through our girls' bathrooms. So those are the kinds of challenges that we see on the daily.
Where are you from, if you don't ask? Because I know how quickly it is for a young person's life to be taken. If you were to go to the websites of mine or many of the people that I work with, you would see statistics, you would gather information. But the thing that would stand out to you the most would be the faces that you see of young people of every color, every nationality, every age, from a toddler through an elderly person, right? That look like your next door neighbor, that look like the kids that you pass in the street, that look like young people that would never be touched from drugs. And I see hundreds of thousands of these faces. And so really I'm here today to urge you to take that piece in and to know how important it is and to reach out to us, because you are the people that know your classes, that know these young people the best. We can't go in there and just say, you should do this. We're not in there every day with those students. We learn from you. I don't want to take too much time because I know that you have more questions, but I would encourage you to reach out to us. And we don't work these scare tactics. I wish I could. It scares me to death. I would love to scream from the mountaintops how deadly this is, but it doesn't work like that with young people. And so we have to be creative, and we have to think of new ways. And to work with you, we just want you to know how appreciative that we are.